Hi guys, welcome to this channel. I made this like 2 or 3 days ago, so I just wanted to put in a full disclaimer that I have no idea how YouTube works, but I got a lot of questions about Notion on TikTok, so this was the best way to address your guys' questions, so here we are. Today I'll be teaching you guys the basics of Notion and how to create an aesthetic and practical workspace, but let me just start off with a brief description of the app for those of you who don't know what it is. So Notion is an all-in-one organization tool where you can really organize anything in your life. I use it as a bullet journal. A lot of people use it for business, but it is a little confusing when you first open it, which is why I'll be teaching you guys the basics and how I made mine look nice. So I'm just going to jump right in and show you guys how to download the app as well as find some nice templates. So the first thing you're going to want to do is open up your laptop and go to your preferred browser. Here I'm using Google Chrome. And you're going to want to search up notion.so/desktop. And that should lead you to a page where you can sign up. And here I'm going to be pointing to where you can sign up. After you sign up, download the app to either your Mac or your Windows. They have options for both. Personally, I have a Mac, so that's where I downloaded it. And then after you download it, it should look like this on the bottom of your screen. Like there should be an app that shows up. The key to having a nice Notion workspace is to have a template to base yours off of. I base mine off of the Twirling Pages Notion template, and that's linked in my link tree. I'll leave that in my description. Hers is amazing. Please go check it out because she made most of this and I base mine off of hers. There's also a Notion Pinterest board. It has most of the neutral aesthetic pictures, but I'll be making more, along with the neutral Notion template, which is the one that went crazy on TikTok. I also made a sage green, pink, and purple lavender Notion template, so feel free to use any of those. But for the purposes of this video, to show you guys how to duplicate the template, I'll be showing you guys on Twirling Pages Notion template because I can't duplicate my own. So you're going to want to press any of the templates. It should look like this, and there's a button in the upper right hand corner that says duplicate. I'm kind of pointing towards it. And once you duplicate it, it should copy that entire page over to your own Notion. So I'll be using the neutral Notion template to make a white one, just so you guys can follow step by step from top to bottom how to make your own template. So when you click any of the templates, it should look something like this. The first thing that I did was just rename the home page home. You can name anything you want, your name, anything along those lines. Okay, so another key to having a nice Notion workspace is having a color scheme. So the one that went viral on TikTok was the neutral Notion template. So that's why I went and made a Pinterest board that has all those pictures plus more. I add more every single day. So basically how I start off any template is just by going on Pinterest and looking at pictures that I like. And so here's just me scrolling through, seeing what I might want to add and all of that. And I'll be showing you guys how I download pictures from Pinterest. I didn't even know you could do that. I used to screenshot them. But basically you're going to want to go on any picture you want. Here I'm going to be clicking on this one, go on the three dots, download image, and it'll go straight down to your bar in the bottom. And here's me just downloading a bunch of pictures that I think might fit with the white aesthetic. So now that you have those pictures in your downloads right here, you're going to want to click on each one and then drag it to your desktop. So here's just me dragging all of them to my desktop, and I also made a folder later on. You don't have to do that, but it just makes it easier. So one of the most important things you need to know to make Notion your own is how to replace pictures. So go back to the home template and hover your mouse over where the cover is, and it should come up with a button that says change cover. That's where you can choose an image and basically change it to anything you'd like. So in these next clips, it's just me figuring out what fits with the aesthetic. I didn't like this picture, so I uploaded another one. And then you can also reposition any picture since it is really rectangular and slim. You can save it at any position. Here's me adjusting it. So the next thing that I do is find a home icon, and I basically do blank color circle PNG. PNG basically helps you find a picture that doesn't have a background to it, and so since the aesthetic of this template is white, I'm trying to find a white circle. I like this one, so here's me saving it to the album that I made on the desktop and saving it. Now we go back to the template and click on the icon and click upload image and choose that image you just saved. And it should upload, and it looks like this. It looks like it's cut off just because it's white and so is the background, but I kind of like it that way. And so here's how the page looks like so far. So here's just a small clip of how to change the font of your page on Notion. Unfortunately, Notion only has 3 presets, but if you go in the upper right hand corner where it has 3 dots, there's default, serif, and mono. I personally use serif because it's more simple, but yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you guys how to change the header plus the font colors. They're 2 different things, which is kind of confusing, but basically to change the header color, you're going to click on those 6 dots, click color, and then I click gray background. If you want the entire header to be a different color, you click blank background, whichever color that you'd like. I changed the headers for every single one on the template to the same color just so it's more cohesive. For the headers that are more towards the bottom, I usually change the text to whatever color I'm making the backgrounds to. So here's me just highlighting the text, and that's when you can change the font color. And then here's me changing the background color again by clicking the 6 dots. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to create custom color dividers. Notion does have dividers, but I like to have more options in terms of colors, so I do it in Microsoft Word. So after I open up a new document, I insert a line by going into the shapes option. Here's me creating the line. And so now I go to the width and I change it to 6. You can change it to anything that you'd like. And then I play around with the colors. Here's me kind of deciding if I want a light gray or a dark gray. There's also options to make your line dashed or solid, really anything that you'd like. So here's me kind of playing around with that. And once you like how it looks, you're gonna copy that and then paste it into Notion after clicking on the divider that was there before. Now you're gonna wanna delete the original divider. Just click on it and delete it, and then take the edge of the new divider and drag it so that it's a little bit bigger and fills the screen. So here's me just going back into Word because I didn't like the dotted option, so I went back and made it solid and then repeated the whole process over again to replace it. So what a lot of people liked about the templates that I made based off of twirling pages is how it was cohesive in color. So again, this is me replacing all the dividers with the gray one. Alright, so I know that we already talked about how to replace images, but since I'm doing a tutorial from the top to the bottom, here's me replacing the other images on the page. And again, this is up to your own judgment and what you feel looks good on the page. Alright, so let's talk about icons. I like all my icons to be super minimal and look similar to each other, as you can see on the page. And I got all of my icons from one website, which is icons8.com. I'll be showing you what I look up to kind of find each icon. Alright, so this is what the homepage of Icons 8 looks like. There's a little search engine where you can search any of the icons. So if you kind of go back to the template and look up any of the sections, I chose index. That kind of reminds me of a book, so that's what I looked up. And then I changed the style to iOS because it's more minimal, and here's me just kind of looking for one that I like. And then once you find what you like, there's an option to download it for free. So once it's downloaded, you're going to want to drag that to your desktop and then go back to Notion and click on the icon you want to change, upload that image, and then it'll change that icon. So here's what that specific icon looks like. I did this for every single icon in the template. It was a little time consuming, but it's worth it in the end. Alright, so now I'm going to be showing you how to replace the Spotify playlist that's on the template. So it looks like this on the page. You're going to want to go into Spotify and find the playlist that you want to be on the page and click on the 3 dots and then click share. Then you're going to want to make sure that you copy this code instead of the playlist link. That's what helps you play the actual songs instead of it blanking out and not working. So go on the 3 dots, click replace, and then just click embed link. You're also able to adjust the size of the widget by kind of going to the side and dragging it wherever you want, and then it should be able to play. Now the fun part of Notion is the widgets, so I'll show you a couple of my favorites. Alright, so the first one I'm going to be showing you how to make is the weather widget. So you're going to go into your preferred browser and look up weatherwidget.io, and this page will come up. Select your location, and then I kind of condensed the widget through the side and I dragged it a little bit to make it smaller. And then I went on themes and chose beige, but you can also customize it, which is what I'm doing here. I made the background a little bit of a lighter white because the theme of the template is white, and so here's just me customizing other parts of the text and such. Once your widget looks like something that you like, you're going to want to get the code for it and copy it to your clipboard. Now you go on aption.co and look up weather widget, scroll down a little bit and get to the part where it says generate Notion embeddable URL, and you're going to want to click on that. It's going to take you to a page where you sign up, so sign up first. Once you sign up, it'll take you to this page, and this is where you paste that code from weatherwidget.io, and this will turn it into a link. All you're going to do from here is copy this link and go back onto Notion. And one way that you can start a command on Notion is by clicking the slash. So here I'm doing /embed and pasting that link that I just copied. Here I'm just kind of adjusting the size and then moving it wherever I want. I wanted it to be towards the top, and so I'm dragging and dropping it here. And then I kind of noticed that I wanted different pictures for the home page, and so here's me just kind of adjusting those as well. Okay, so now I'll be talking about some of the time-friendly widgets that Notion has. This includes the timelines, the weekly spreads, and the calendar. So first I'll be showing you how to add a timeline. You're going to do the slash, and then you can just look up timeline. And I usually do the one that's inline, so it looks a little bit better with the rest of the widgets on the page. So here's me finding it. I like this widget because it's super simple and it's really easy to visualize your timelines. So you're just going to click on each card and you can rename them as well as change the dates. So as you can see, every time I change the date, it'll change it on the timeline as well. Now, kind of going into the weekly spreads, they're a little self-explanatory, but I do want to mention some things that are pretty neat. So say you have an assignment due. I just said assignment due for Orgo. I'm not even in the class yet, but you can make different tags. So for example, if I want to make one for a school, I can type that in and it'll make it itself, or I can use previous tags. So I'm making one for YouTube here. Type it in, enter it, and then you can also change the color of it by clicking the three dots on the side and then changing the color. For these weekly spreads, all you have to do is type in the tasks you have throughout the day. I'm not sure how to make it so that your previous tasks are saved, but this is pretty neat for like planning out your day. I just have like general things that I'm writing down right now, and every single time you finish a task, you just check it off and it crosses it off. Another cool widget that's already included in the template is the calendar widget. It's kind of like a continuous scroll of calendars. And so the way you want to add an event to it is by clicking new and then title it whatever you'd like. I'm titling it meeting. And then you can add a date, you can make a tag for it. There's also different properties that you can add if you'd like. So I'll be showing you how I added an email if there's someone you need to contact for the meeting. You can also add an event by clicking the plus button in any of the boxes, and that'll automatically add the date in. Okay, so lastly, this academia page, I'll just be showing you like a rundown of how to do one of them and then kind of just leave the screen recording of how I did the rest of them. You click on it and then you can change the cover, which will be the image that's on top of each one, and then I'm just putting this one up. There's also options to put the semester, the number of credits, the class, whether it's honors or not, the professor, the schedule. I really like that there's a section for your Zoom link because I know a lot of classes will be online next semester, and then there's also a section for syllabus and resources. You can put the hours for your professor, big projects, anything of that sort. So yeah, this concludes the basic tutorial for Notion. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments down below, and if this helped you at all, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll have this template linked in my link tree down below soon. And yeah, have a good day.